Hello and welcome back to the Finnish countryside. The daylight is finally starting to take over the darkness, and I cannot explain how valuable it feels here working on this house. We started to prepare this old front door for me to get to fix it. It needs new windows, a new lock and some paint, of course. This door is so pretty with its decorative profiles. But man, it was a task to try to scrape the paint off without damaging the wood. I absolutely love the effort that has been put into old building materials, when everything was handmade and made to last. And that makes it possible for me to sit here, 100 years later, and peel it like an onion and then get to put it back together.
Hei. Heinänen tai Heinonen. Turku.
Don't be a stranger in the night.
I'm here actually quite close to where I was born in central Ostrobothnia. I'm in, I think, southern Ostrobothnia right now, and I'm going to get a sink for our kitchen. I was really hoping I would find this exact sink from somewhere, used one. So I did, but it's over a 2-hour drive to get it one way. So I had to drive here, but I don't mind because I like to drive and I like to be on the road. So the whole Saturday today is dedicated for this trip. I think I'm gonna go and get the sink. It's not far from this place where I'm stopped. And then I'm gonna go maybe visit some flea markets. Yeah, it's my very own road trip day today.
The sweetest red cheese I'd ever seen. You stand beside me in every dream.
The sink has been collected, and the couple who sold it for me, they were so sweet and in very similar situation. The house was very similar to what we have, a red old log house that is very typical here. Back where I'm from, these old red farmhouses, they were like one-story houses, but around here they start to change into bigger ones, which are called kaksivåningskinen, which I don't know how to translate that, but basically two-story version of the same house. Yeah, around here there's a lot of these types of houses, so it feels very familiar. And of course, back when I was young, I didn't appreciate it. It was just like boring and too hillbilly. But now I'm returning to be the hillbilly that I was born. Okay, but I'm gonna go. I put on my hat and I have my silk scarf and my jewelry. I'm like an old lady whenever I leave home.
Go with someone like me. I'd say I'm settled and pretty calm. I don't storm in the storm, no. Not me, then someone
say these small town flea markets, or rather like charity shops, they never disappoint. But I have a kind of a grandma style. I'm always looking for like vintage textiles and like plates and cups and stuff. So maybe if you like modern stuff, that's not your place, and I get it, but I'm excited. First of all, this beautiful silk blanket, €4. A pillow, hand, like, I don't know if you call that embroidered, what do you call it? €3. And another pillow, I'm guessing it's handmade too. €2. This reminds me of, I can't tell, was it Sera? So it's pretty. And oh, 4 beautiful cups, 50 cents each. And of course also eggs. Who wouldn't buy eggs from a flea market? Textiles like this, and all of the clothes I buy, I put into a freezer for several days, forget about it, and then I wash them. So I think that should be good to go. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the plant and show you in a bit more detailed way what we have been doing for the last month, and that's gonna be my weekend. Good morning. I realized that I didn't show you the sink yesterday when I was talking about it so excitedly, but I'm gonna show you in the car. Okay, here it is. Woohoo! So I was especially looking for a sink that has this part here, and now I have it. It was €40 plus the gas, of course, which was about €50, but still, I am happy. It has been quite a lousy winter. We had such a good run in December, snow-wise. After the last video, it kind of all melted away, and ever since that, it's been like we have gotten some snow and then it melts away in a couple of days, and it's plus minus 0 Celsius degrees like constantly, which is the worst possible weather, because we are getting like a slush kind of weather, and then it freezes, and then it's slippery as shit, and then we get snow on top of it, and then it all melts again. So it's been quite a winter. Good thing about 4 seasons in Finland is that the next one is always something that you look forward to. You kind of get tired of the previous one, and then the next one always starts to feel better than the last. But let's go inside and see our ceiling. We have a ceiling in our kitchen area. I wish I had nicer surroundings to film this, but it is what it is on renovation sites, so let's just ignore all of this mess. So we have a ceiling here, and quite as per usual, it wasn't as simple as it seems, or it should be.
Tarvitset siirtää ne siitä tietä poikki, että sä pääset naamaan.
These ceiling boards are apparently the original ones from 1870s. We washed them last summer and removed all the nails and crap from them. Turned out the paint is possibly chalk paint because it was dissolving as we washed them. But I kinda liked how they looked, so I don't know yet if I'll paint them again or not. The boards were originally attached beneath the ceiling beams, but we decided to install them above the beams to make the work a little bit easier and to keep the beams on the safer, warm side of the insulation. The planks had tongue and groove joints, which made the installation more difficult. But an even greater challenge was that these planks, like our floorboards too, were warped sideways.
Voi olla mahdollista, että nämä kaikki lankut, mitä me täällä hillotaan, niin näistä tulee niinku tämän mallisia. So we started from that end because on this corner there was this lock damage that I showed you in a few previous videos, and of course it makes no sense to board the ceiling up and then crawl on the attic space to fix the lock situation there in the corner. So to make things easier, we started from that end and slowly proceeded to this far. And then we finally got a lock guy here to fix the corner. And for the guy to be able to fix the spot there, this beam here had to be cut. So it looks quite ugly right now, but I'm gonna figure out what to do with it. You know, it's a sign of all of this life this log house has gone through. So I'm not too picky about like making things perfect. But yeah, the log guy did the biggest parts. He was here for 2 days, I think, and then we decided that we're gonna learn to do the patches by ourselves. Koska tässä ei ole hittä, niin tämän voi leikata vaan suoraan näin. Tämän kaksoksi pitäisi saada sinne väliin. 3,5 sentisyyttä tämä pätkä.
I have dreaded the moment when we have to patch up the logs. The hardest part, of course, was done already, as the log guy left us with ready-made spots where to install the patches. But still, it took us countless of tries until we finally got the patches to fit.
Yes. It's all just ice, and on top of it, there's this powder snow, so there's like two slippery elements on top of each other. The guy suggested that we use these foliary pillars here. God, I wish I knew what was the English name for that. ChatGPT don't know what that is in English either, apparently, or I just don't know how to explain it. But the idea is that these foliary beams, they are attached on both sides of the log wall, and then tightened with like these, is that a rebar? Like these, but sturdier ones. So I don't know how many foliaries we're gonna use there, but at least like 2, and probably on the other sides too, so that it's like squeezed together, the corners squeezed together from multiple dimensions ways. We decided that we're gonna put the foliary here already at this point, so that we can close up the ceiling.
So one of the funniest problems in a house like this is there's always 3 options to make a level line. I can follow my own eye, I can follow the line of the wall, or I can follow the level. And whichever you choose, it will end up looking wonky.
Sitä ei huomaa yhtään täältä.
Se ei ole vieläkään suuressa.
Don't be fooled by this video. We gnawed on the log wall and the foliage for hours before it was even remotely flush to the wall. But in this video it's done in just a few seconds. I wish real life was this easy.
No, laita vaan.
Yay!
So we decided to put the foliage here already. It's not attached to the other side because there's no beam on the outside wall, but it will be eventually attached like so. Of course, I was afraid that whenever we get to like tighten the foliage in place, the foliage beam inside the house is gonna move towards the wall. So that might cause the paper on the attic space to rip. And of course we don't want that because all the warm air and moist air is gonna travel all the way through the attic space like freely and then get the corner wet, and that's gonna cause problems in the future. So to prevent the paper from ripping, I decided to do these kind of pleats on the paper. So there's a separate like a collar around the foliage on the attic space, taped on the other paper that goes across the whole ceiling. That gives it a bit more room to kind of move, yeah, just to make sure. So that was the foliage case here. So the attic space is ready. I think I'm gonna take you upstairs and show how it looks like right now, because we cleaned it a couple of days ago when we left and got it done. So it's nicer to be there now that it's not as dusty. It's incredible how quickly it gets cold when you're not doing anything. I don't know why it always feels like it's easier to put the ladder here instead of just moving these away, but such is brain. Send help if the ladder falls and I'm stuck here. So So this is where I came up. It's a bit hard to see here. That's the corner where we did the log replacements. There is the rest of the house. And here is the front end of the house, another corner. This is the end of the house where there's gonna be the extension part. This is the back corner, and this is the back wall. So we did these bridges here to make it easier to like do some checkups here and walk around. It only goes across like this, but we put like a support beams here on the wall so that we can put a bridge on that side of the wall and on that side of the wall. So we put these support beams here, and there's another one over there. And whenever we need to reach that corner, we can just lay planks here on top of this. Now I'm just wondering why we didn't do this already. Yeah. So this is where the old chimney was. This wall here has been worrying me, but I have been too scared to even try how bad it is. I'm gonna get a knife and stick it where it hurts. I'm gonna check how bad it is. Alright. That there's solid wood, so it's about 5 centimeters probably. Ta-ta! Would have been smarter to do this before, but when you have so many problems already, you just kind of try to prevent getting more problems. So I have been turning a blind eye to a lot of things here. I keep thinking that we're saving money by not buying a chainsaw, but we are losing money by not buying a chainsaw because we need to hire people to do stuff like this. So I think we just need to buy a damn chainsaw and start to learn how to use it. I cannot feel my toes anymore, so I'm gonna head home and start to edit this video. I'm hoping I'll get this out next week. If I work really hard in the evenings, I might be able to do that. I'm not very quick at editing videos, so the dogs are going crazy. I'm guessing there's a moose or a deer in distress right now somewhere. In the next video I have something exciting to show you. I thought that I would show you already in this video, but turns out I have filmed so much that I am gonna drop something out, and that's the smartest part to cut out of this video. So in the next video you're gonna see something new. Okay, I'm gonna go home now. I'll start with sauna and try to gain back the toes I think I have lost somewhere. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next month. Then we're gonna have a proper spring already, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. I'm gonna film the next video in February, so okay.